her. She's just the living end. So, without further ado, Miss Irma Wu.
How you guys doing? Thanks, and Angelo. I don't think I've been here since like 1980. And it still looks like 1980. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I love this place, actually. Actually, my name is Irma Ruiz, but it's actually Irma Linda Cárdenas Ruiz. Yeah. My parents gave me the most Mexican name in the world, and then the fuckers didn't even teach me Spanish. Like, I don't know why they would do something like that, you know? And then I was raised in Del Rio, Texas. Y'all know where that is?
Yeah.
It's like Choloville. So everybody would make fun of me. All the kids would be like, oh, you can't even speak Spanish. You're not a real Mexican. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm American, but still, okay, whatever. You know, you can't even speak Spanish, you know? But you know what? That's okay. I'm fine now. Because now I'm an adult. And I actually sent my DNA to Ancestry.com. Turns out I'm 20% mermaid. How do you think my family crossed the border? I'm 5% barbacoa and Big Red. I'm 25% Dollar Tree. And I'm 50% tortilla flipper. That means I can flip a tortilla with my bare hands. You can't do that, you're not a real Mexican. I'm just saying, you know. No, but it was crazy because when I was in high school, I wanted to hang out with the cholas so bad. That's what Adrian was messaging, was talking about the cholas. I was like, I know, I get it, you know. I wanted to hang out with the cholas so bad, but they wouldn't let me. They said I couldn't make my eyeliner fly enough. They were like, you can't make your hickeys dark enough. Suck harder, bitch. Poor Jose, look at him. He's walking around with the weakest hickeys in school. And then, guys, when I would wear like my plaid flannel shirt, you know how they wear it with the button buttoned up on top? They said I just look like a farmer. Like a farmer? Not even like a migrant worker at least? Oh, you look like a farmer. Insane, dude. But you know, as cholas, those cholas were, they still don't even call me by my Mexican name or my Hispanic name, Irma. They would just call me Irma. You know, which is fine. You know, that's what most people call me. Except my stepkids. How my stepkids call me? My stepkids call me, ready? You're not my mom! And I call them, thank God. Are there any step-parents in here? There we go. It's hard being a step-parent. It really is. And you know who I blame? I blame Walt Disney. I blame Walt Disney because in all the Disney movies, the moms are dead. Cinderella, Snow White, Beauty and the Beast, Finding Nemo. In Finding Nemo, the mom got killed in the movie. Bambi, the mom got killed in the movie. You know, so did y'all know, actually, guys, that Walt Disney killed his mom? In a roundabout way. Look it up, look it up. He bought her a house, and then she died a week later of carbon monoxide poisoning. Wow. Not funny, just an interesting fact. What's funny is my husband said, he's like, I'm gonna buy my mom a house. I'm like, gas stove, babe. I love her. No, but it's hard being a stepmom, you know? And, I mean, I don't know, like, I'm no Lady Tremaine, but I swear to God, none of my kids are no Cinderellas because they're dirty as shit. Like, maybe if they cleaned up every now and then, maybe I let them out of the attic, right? No, they don't want to clean up, so they're there. It's okay, I got a little, you know, cup of water. Let the window open, they'll be fine. Don't worry about them. The only thing that has really made me feel like a real stepmom was that I used to have this big fat mole on the side of my face. It was huge, huge. I got it removed, it was that big. And this is why. First I took a picture with my phone. Geez, flash. And I looked at my phone, I looked at the picture on my phone, and my mole was so big that it made a shadow. We had 6 more weeks of winter that year. And then another time I took a picture, cheese flash, and this one was for Facebook. And Facebook put one of those facial recognition boxes around my nose. And wanted me to tag it as a friend. Like John King was my friend or something, you know. Yeah, it was pretty hairy, yeah. So I had to get it removed, man. But yeah, I don't know, guys. You know, like I said, most people, they call me Irma, so you guys call me Irma. Just whatever you do, don't call me Irma Sperma. Like the kids did in 5th grade. Or bullies, man. It sucks being bullied, you know? Irma Sperma, Irma Sperma. I mean, kids should not be calling their teacher Irma Sperma. It's rude, it's inappropriate. I mean, it's hard being a good teacher and a good alcoholic at the same time. Are there teachers in here? You know what I mean then, right? It's hard, you know. It actually got down to the point to where I had to tell myself, Irma, you need to quit drinking or you're gonna lose your job. So now I'm doing comedy for you fuckers tonight. Alcohol always wins. 15 years down the drain just because I took some vodka to a faculty meeting. That and to catch a predator, whatever, right? He was only a month away from 18. I don't know what the big deal was, right? Some people are like, oh, do I like this joke? Do I laugh? I think that in order to be a teacher, it should be a requirement. It should be a prerequisite that you're bipolar. How many of y'all at least know teachers? Some of y'all have kids. Come on, you have to have. Yeah, I'm telling you, your teachers, like you should ask when you take your kid to class, excuse me, are you bipolar? Because you need to be. Because when you're mad at this kid, you can't be mad at mine. You know, teachers have to change their emotions from second to second to second. You know, you need to have a teacher that's like, oh, Ariana, I love the color of that picture. Did you use that color red? Because it's the color of my fucking eyes! Bobby, sit down! That's okay, don't worry about it. And then the principal comes in and you're like, hey. You need a teacher like that. You don't want a teacher that gets mad at one kid and is mad at the whole fucking class just because that one stupid ass. You know what I mean? No, but that kid Bobby that I talked about, I'm not using real names, okay, because that's illegal. You know? That kid Bobby, he was a great kid, super smart. He had ADHD. You know, I loved him, but his best friend was Eddie. Y'all have a bar called Fast Eddie's here?
Yes.
Okay, well, this Eddie was slow as shit. Okay? And these kids were best friends, and I had them working on the side on plural nouns, proper nouns. Who the fuck knows the difference, right? all those kids you see on Facebook fucking up all their grammar on Facebook. Anyway. Curtsy. So I had them working on nouns, you know, and Eddie, my slow kid, he gets up and I just see him get so angry and he gets his chair and he throws it up in the air. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck's happening, you know? And he's like, Miss, Bobby, call me slow and I'm gonna take this outside. We're gonna take this outside. I'm like, what are you gonna do outside, Eddie? He's like, we're gonna have a race. Because, you know, Bobby called him slow. So they went outside and they had a race. And Eddie lost. And now he understands that he's slow. Oh, this thing goes around. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm not teaching anymore. I'm a stay-at-home alcoholic. I'm a stay-at-home mom. You know, it's great. You know, I love it. But you know, it's kind of lonely being at home by yourself, you know, and just drinking all alone. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna homeschool my 15-year-old. Teach her how to drink. The right way. And don't think that just because I'm a homeschool mom that I'm not strict with her. I'm very strict with her. Like, for example, I counted her tardy the other day because she woke me up late. And And I missed the Maury Povich show. I was like, who's a daddy? She was like, Mom, you're still trying to find him. I don't know. I kind of like being a mom, man. I do, you know. The other day, a friend of mine, she posted on Facebook. She was like, I'm a strong woman because I was raised by a strong woman. And all I could think, I was like, well, that explains why I'm a crazy bitch. Why mom's crazy? Maybe a bit of a bitch. You know?
Oh, sorry.
But I don't know. I mean, maybe. I'm not the best mother. You know, I can say I'm mediocre. I'm okay. You know. But a lot of people think like I'm a great mother because my son knew how to read by the time he was 3 years old. People were like, wow, I heard a wow, exactly. But the only reason he learned to read by the age of 3 is because I just didn't want to read to the little shit anymore. So he taught himself, poor baby, you know. But you know what? Maybe I'm not doing so bad because that 3-year-old is now 25 years old. He's alive. Won't leave the fucking house. So I must be doing something right, you know. And I don't think he's gonna be leaving anytime soon because he went to IKEA and brought home a welcome mat. Not for the front of the house, for his fucking bedroom. And I don't even think he bought it. I think he stole it because it literally says, welcome to IKEA. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what's next? You're gonna have a Ring doorbell installed at your bedroom? You know, the Amazon guy is gonna come into the kitchen and be like, excuse me, ma'am, where's room A? No, you gotta go, TJ, you know. I say that on stage. I say like, yeah, he's gotta go. But you know, the fact of the matter is I'm an enabler. I give him everything. I make it so hard for him to leave. Isn't that horrible? I might just end up being a horrible mother because I don't want him to leave. Like seriously, if my son did ever leave, I would be that mother that would make that Facebook flyer. Have y'all seen this little kid? With a 25-year-old man's picture on it. Is that an age progression photo? No, I just took it of him last night. He was sleeping in his big boy crib. Oh, I don't know, man. Like, I'm the type of person, like, if he told me, Mom, I got so-and-so pregnant, I'd be like, that's okay, don't worry about it. We can just add a freaking room to the house, no big deal. That's what Mexicans do. You just keep adding rooms. More babies, twins, no more rooms. Another baby's mama, don't worry about it. We're just gonna have a fucking apartment complex by the end. 10 years, you know? I don't know, guys. But y'all ever see, like seriously, like on Facebook, I'm sure y'all have seen it, you know, these mothers and these fathers who will make like Facebook, you know, flyers for their kids. Like, oh, we haven't seen Isabella in 3 days. We dropped her off at school on Friday. Can you please share this flyer? We need prayers. And I'll do a little fake prayer in my head, right? And then I'll share the flyer. I'll share with everybody on Facebook, nextdoor.com, you know, people at church. I mean, I don't go to church, but I know people who go to church, right? And so I'll share it, which is cool. I don't mind, you know, when I want to kind of help out our community and shit. But what bothers me is when little Isabella comes home, and they're like, oh, Isabella's home. Thank you for sharing. And I'm like, no, where the fuck was she? You just gonna say she was home? That's it? Who was she with? No, give me the name of the teacher that took her. That's a thing nowadays, right? You think I shared that flyer out of the kindness of my heart? No. It's like this is a freaking novella. I want to know details. I want to know details. Can I see the pregnancy test in a month? You know, I want to know it all. I want to know it all. Oh my God. I don't know. I tell my own daughters, because I have 2 girls at home, I tell them, I dare you to run away. I dare you to run away. I will get the ugliest picture that I have of you. And that's going to be the picture that I'm going to put on Facebook. Have y'all seen this little girl? You know, eating a freaking taco, cheese coming down her neck and shit. Last seen with the taco truck guy. look what I have. Look what I have. It's ugly. You look ugly. No makeup, no ducky face. Yeah, try. I don't know. Being a mother is pretty interesting. Moms in here, clap. That did not sound too proud, but okay. It's pretty crazy. I don't know, these kids are crazy nowadays, man. One of the craziest things that I notice about kids, one of the things, is that they use the word bitch as a term of endearment. Like when I was in high school and somebody called me a bitch, oh, we were fighting in the fucking parking lot after school. Now it's a term of endearment. What's up, bitch? You're my bitch. Sorry. See, I can't even do it. It's so weird. The party sucks without you, bitch. You know, I can't do it. It feels so weird. But I try. I try to talk like these kids with this lingo that they use. You know, bitch. So, I don't understand. If it's such a term of endearment, why does my ex-husband's wife get so upset when I call her a bitch? And I say it with love. You know? I don't know. I'm not gonna talk bad about my ex-husband's wife, you know. I mean, I'm not gonna mention her name or anything, but her initials are Jessica Sanchez. You used to be able to find her on Craigslist back in the day. I mean, I don't know how her name got on the personal line, so don't ask me. But I was okay with it. She's the reason that I think they should legalize prostitution. You know? It's my poor ex-husband, poor guy. He needs help paying child support, man. He does. Yeah. Be prostitute, mama, you can do it, it's okay. You can always tell when my ex-husband hasn't paid child support. Because my nails look like shit. Usually guys, he's over there like, Usually guys never laugh at that joke. I just see their faces going like, I feel like I can see like a little bubble just like, you the fucking bitch, fucking using my child support for her nails. Every time I pay her on the face, her eyebrows look like this by the tip. Oh my God, I don't know, man. Yeah. So when my ex-husband, he actually, when we got divorced, you know, I started dating again and everything. You know, it was kind of fun. It was cool. I didn't understand because we had been married for such a long time. When I started dating again, I didn't understand that there was a dating game. You know? I didn't understand. So I dated all the wrong kind of guys, you know, and I actually ended up dating a guy who became my stalker. It was a horrible experience, horrible. And the thing was, like, we were dating for a while, but I had to break up with him because I found out that he was cheating on me with his wife. Yeah, I know. That's how I was. And I was like, you're married? I mean, what the hell do I want with a married guy? If you're married, that means I can't marry you, which means I can't divorce you, which means I can't take half of your shit. So what good are you to me? You know? He was a horrible stalker. He was horrible. Like, if I had to give this guy a rating, I'd only give him 1 star. 1 star. Horrible. Because, you know, when you stalk somebody, you might really like them, you know, be infatuated with you, might even love them, you know? Creepy ass way, right? So a stalker might go somewhere that you're at and just be like, hey, what are you doing here? What a coincidence, you know? That's how you stalk somebody. No, this fucker, he'd go to places that I was at and he'd be like, hey, Irma, what are you doing here in your living room? Creepy as shit, man, creepy as shit. But I can tell you what, I learned a lot from him. I learned all the do's and the don'ts about stalking, and I ended up stalking my ex-boyfriend. And me, I kicked ass as a stalker. Okay, if I had to give myself a rating, I'd give myself 5 stars. 5 stars, you know why? Because a fucker married me! Professional stalker right there. Dated him stalked him for only 3 months. He married me and I wasn't even fucking pregnant. I told him I was, but I wasn't. I don't know, man. So I'm from San Antonio, or I'm originally from Del Rio, but I'm currently living in San Antonio. You know, my mom comes and goes all the time, you know, and I love my mom. She's just kind of cool, you know. And I wanted my mother to homeschool me when I was younger, you know. But now that I look at her and I'm like, you know what, Mom? You look just like the lady that killed Selena. Imagine a woman like that trying to teach you about guns and shit, you know? And then on top of that, she's a Republican, which is fine. But I'm like, Mom, how can you be a Republican and a coyote at the same time? How can you be at a Trump rally? Go Trump, and the next second you're crossing people over the border illegally, Mom? Like, what is that? She's like, we need people to build a wall. I'm like, you're so smart, Mom. So now I'm a Republican. Because I was like, I get it, Mom, I get it. Oh my gosh, she's crazy. Yeah, she loves yard sales. She loves yard sales, you know, which is awesome. I don't mind yard sales, you know. I just don't like the fact that she does Christmas shopping at yard sales. Which even then is not so bad. But I don't like the fact that she does Christmas shopping for me in my own fucking yard sales. I'm like, Mom, for real? And I'm opening up my present, and I'm looking at her, she's looking at me, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And she's like, do you have any idea how much that costs? I'm like, yes. It was on the dollar table, bitch. Term of endearment now, Mom. It's a term of endearment. Like, you're so ungrateful. Why can't you be like your cousin Dulce? Like, really, Mom, Dulce? She's a stripper at the Wild Zebra, Mom. She's like, yeah, but she looks good, right? Can you imagine my own mother comparing me to a stripper? You know, and you know what? I'm not gonna lie, my cousin Dulce is beautiful. She's gorgeous, you know? Like, she doesn't even have to strip if she doesn't want to, because she's doing very well financially already. You know, she's got 3 guys paying her child support. She's only got 1 kid. She's a genius, I know. Genius, you know? And then my cousin Dulce, she's insane. Like, she also has a side gig where she wants to do like amateur porn. And when I'm talking amateur porn, I'm not talking Brazzers, I'm talking like Pornhub. Or you porn lovers people, sorry. It's only me. Yeah, so and she wants me to like edit her porn, you know, so she, and when I say it's amateur, it's really amateur. Like, she records it with her cell phone. And I get after her because I'm like, what are you doing, stupid? Why are you recording in landscape mode? You have to record it in portrait mode, dummy. You know, you're laying down. She's like, oh, you're so mean. I'm like, it's okay. At least it's not Asian porn in landscape mode. Because then it would be pixelated. Oh my god. I don't know why they need so much pixelation in that Asian porn. Everybody, they just need one little pixel. That was so bad. Nobody's recording this shit, right? There's no proof. My husband's recording it over there using it for blackmail shit. I don't know, yeah, so my mom's pretty crazy. I was trying to teach her how to use different acronyms for her phone, like YOLO, LOL, OMG. She got real good at it, you know? But then she started making up some of her own acronyms. And the other day she sent me a text message and she's like, Irma, I need some ass. Capital letters, A-S-S. I was like, I can figure this out. Maybe she means apples. And I don't know. I was like, no, what the fuck are you talking about, Mom? Like, you have to be careful who you're talking to, you know? I mean, I understand you're single, but where are you sending your text messages? She's like, no, Mija, that means apples and sesame seeds. God. Yeah. And then she sent me another one. She's like, Irma, I think you're fat. Capital letters, F-A-T. I'm like, well, maybe she means funny and talented, right? She's like, no, I just think you're fat. I know. Fuck me up. I mean, you can't tell a girl like me that kind of shit, man. It gets to my head. I feel self-conscious, you know. And then on top of that, My husband, he put a pool in the backyard, you know, and I was really excited. Then I realized, shit, now I have to go buy a swimsuit, you know. And so I went to Macy's. Okay, I didn't go to Macy's, obviously. I went to the Dollar General. And you know what I don't like about the Dollar General? They have clothes in there, but they don't have any fucking dressing rooms. So there I am, trying on my swimsuit over my clothes. People are just staring at me. Kids are pointing and crying. But at that moment, I came to the realization that girls like me that have a little bit of chunk on us, we only have two options when it comes to swimsuits. Camel toe or muffin top. I took the camel toe because it makes like a little butt right here, you know? And my husband always wants to butt fuck me. He's like, can I get between those butt cheeks? I'm like, no, but you know. Okay, maybe later. No, but you know, I kind of, you know, I don't mind being a big girl. I don't mind, but I do have to blame my parents for the fact that I'm kind of chunky, you know. But I don't blame their genes. I blame my dad's belt and my mom's beads. All right, and the problem with me is that I'm kind of chunky, but I have a flat ass, like as flat as a fucking board. Like, why is that happening to me? You know? So I totally blame my parents because my dad used to chase me with the fucking belt. You know, and then what would you do? How many belts we used to get spanked by the belt? Or was I the only one who had abusive parents? No. Okay, thank you. So what would you do? You would run and you squeeze in your butt cheeks, right? Oh, like it was supposed to hurt any less. Like if you just squeeze them in, squeeze, you know? I'm telling you the story of my flat ass. This is depressing, man. And then my mom would make like these horrible bean and cheese tacos, so there I was at school all day, just freaking gassy and shit. There I was, squeeze. So that's why I have a flat ass. Flat as a fucking board, thanks to my parents. And now my husband's no help because he's always trying to get in there. I'm like, no, babe, squeeze. It's like constant squeezing. She's looking at me like, this is so disgusting. Love you. Oh my goodness, yes. Yeah, but like I was telling y'all earlier that my mom, she really loves yard sales. She was super cheap. I remember growing up. And it wasn't like we were like super poor or anything like that, but they were super fucking cheap. Like when I was 4 years old, my parents put me in kindergarten. You should be like 5 or 6 years old. They just forged my documents. You know what I mean? So there I was in kindergarten. I was like the smallest kid. I was stupider than all the other kids. You know, I was smaller and dumb. So they fucking put me in the retard class. And yes, I'm going to call it the retard class. It was 1979, and that's what the teachers called it, the retard class. Okay? It was horrible. And, you know, so there I was with all these kids, you know, that were older than me, and they would just bully me, and they would pull my hair and everything. But you know how to get rid of bullies in elementary school? Be the head lice kid. And since my mother was so cheap, she never bought that medication or the braid or whatever it's called, you know, to get rid of my head lice. So I had head lice all fucking year. The whole class had head lice by the end of the year. But you know what? Nobody fucked with me anymore. You know, it's funny because then I grew up and I became the teacher, you know, and I still hated the bullies. But I also loved the head lice girl, you know. So when it was like she and I, we had like this little agreement. You know, she would go sit next to the bully, and I'd be like, yeah, you know. Like we didn't have to verbalize anything. Like she would look at me, and I would look at her. It was perfect. I would give her like a Hershey's bar at the end of the day. You know, it was perfect. You know, but it wasn't like this little girl was neglected. You know, she was an animal activist. She was totally against pesticides. You know, so I would see her and she'd be like sitting like right in front of me, and I would just see like the head lice just like going up and down her hair. Oh, it was great. No, it was great. Like one day it was just a whole bunch of them. Then the next day they were like developing like a village. The next day they had government. The next day I saw religion in churches. you know? And then one day she just came into class and they were gone. And she was crying. And I was like, what happened? She was like, they had a war. And they just killed each other off. So I think to myself, we're headlights. Whose head are we on? It's getting to that point. It's getting to that point. Yeah, but my husband's here tonight. Everybody here for Lalo? Awesome, yeah, guys. Like, I love him so much that I already have all our pictures picked out for the snapped episode we're gonna co-star. Oh, yeah. And you know, I love him, but he tells me, like he calls me names like jealous, aggressive. I mean, I don't think I am. Remember, like, Coke cans, when they used to have people's names down the side of them? Remember that? Coke. Is it weird that I didn't like him to drink out of certain Coke cans with certain names? Is that weird? She's like, no, it's cool. You know? Like, there was this one time he drank out of a Coke can that said Maria. I'm like, really? Maria from the show? You want to share a Coke with Maria? Okay, do it. And then there was another time he drank out of a Coke can that said Lynn. I was like, oh, from the Asian massage parlor? You think I'm stupid? It's a regular massage. How come they don't let me in, fucker? You know? And then what really broke the camel's back is he drank out of a soda can that said Sophia on the side of it. Like, Sophia? Your cousin? The fuck? Oh, I don't know. Maybe I do get a little jealous. I don't know. He's an awesome guy. He is, man. The best thing about him, you know, you think, oh, it's just crazy. He got me a maid. All right. And it's super awesome because she's white. That is the most romantic thing that a man can get his Mexican wife. A white maid. And do you guys have any idea how hard it was for him to find one that was illegal? We had to go all the way up to Canada to find her. You know, it was awesome. You know, and I saw her and I was like, I want that one. You know? No, but like crossing people over the Rio Grande, no big deal. Try crossing over a family of 3. No, try finding a barrel that fits a family of 3 to send over Niagara Falls. That shit's hard, man. Yeah, we brought over the whole family. We didn't want to break them up like they did back when America was great, right? So, so I have a white maid. She's awesome. She's beautiful. She does her work really well. And then her husband is our white gardener. I know, he's awesome. And then their son, he's only 10, but fuck it, he's our mechanic. You know, he's got to earn his keep. He's got to earn his keep. So anyways, my aunt, she's like a member of like LULAC and La Raza Unida, like all these Mexican-American organizations. She comes to the house and she sees these people working around. She's like, Irma, who are these people? I'm like, what? They're just helping me. What? She's like, yeah, but they're white. And I'm like, so? And she tells me, Irma Linda, why do you let these people come over here and take our jobs? Thank you guys. My name is Irma.